The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. Evening greetings to all of you for the third day of the program on exploring career perspectives. On the first day, we had the first interactive session on structural reformation in the degree education, new national education perspectives by the resource person, Mr. Venkatesh Naik, and the moderator, Ms. Harinakshi. Yesterday, on the second day, we had another interactive session on career navigation towards science by the resource person, Mr. Arun F. Sikwera, and the moderator, Mr. Venkatesh T.G. And today, we have the third interactive session on career road map through commerce and management education. We have another great personality with a resourceful and the resource person is Ms. Kavya P. Hegde, a faculty in the Department of Mcom. A cordial welcome to you, madam. We have another great personality as a moderator, Mr. Raghavendra, a faculty in the Department of Commerce. A heartfelt welcome to you, sir. I also extend a warm welcome to all the teaching and non-teaching staffs gathered here and on the online. Well, hearty welcome to all of you. I extend a big welcome to all the participants, the students. I'm sure that we're going to have a very interactive session, very knowledge-gaining session. A big welcome to all of you there. Now, I hand over the session to the resource person and the moderator of the day, Ms. Kavya P. Hegde and Mr. Raghavendra. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone. Today, the theme of Career Roadmap through Commerce and Management Education. We are going to introduce Commerce and Management Education in graduation to all the participants who have come here from various educational backgrounds. As we can see, since many years, commerce and management education is evolving in its structure, career growth, job opportunities, creating entrepreneurship, and with a lot of inputs, the commerce and management education has become successful along with other programs. So we have here with Ms. Kavya P. Hegde, Department of Commerce, with many years of teaching as well as research experience in commerce and management education. It's a pleasure to welcome you, ma'am, to this session. Before we start with the specific aspect of commerce and management education, I would like ma'am to tell something about general aspect which students wants to know. Since many years or in future, we all know that the commerce and management education or the entire education system is going through the drastic changes. Now students are thinking about, so what kind of career I am going to end up with. So that taking this question into the objective, so I want Ms. Kavya ma'am to please give some insight about what a career is.
Yes, thank you, sir. At the outset, I would really thank the moderator for introducing me for this session. So first of all, to talk about the career. Career is something what activity we do for a longer period of time and attain a monetary benefit. It so happens that people get confused with the passion, hobby as well as a career. Say, suppose I give an example. If you go for a painting, and if that painting is being done for a passion purpose or for an interest purpose, but you do not attain any kind of monetary benefit, that will be coming under the category of hobby rather than calling it as a career, because you don't get any kind of money out of it. But at the same time, if that same painting, if you exhibit in any kind of gallery or if you put into any kind of exhibition through which you mint money out of it and get the job satisfaction, that would become a career life for you. So when you're talking about career, it is a path where you're going for a longer period of time rather than seeing for a shorter period of time. So when I say a path, there will be some kind of a goal, right? If you see a Google map also, when we are seeing a Google map, we find a destination over there. That means our goal is set over there. So even in a career also, one aspirant should be clear about what exactly their goal is. So once the goal is very clear for an aspirant, it becomes easier to go with that path. There won't be any kind of difficulty. So I believe that career is something which is a goal attainment and for which an aim or a goal has to be very strong.
So thank you so much, madam. Because coming to the next question, so there are many students. So we are not moving directly onto the specific commerce related aspect. So I want you to come up with similar kind of insights about some of the general aspect. Because see, we all studied commerce and management, but as a PU student, I do not know what exactly the commerce and management is all about. So there are many students who want to know more about the commerce and management. So I want you to please give some insight about commerce and management.
Yeah. So if you see commerce and management, knowingly or unknowingly, everybody utilizes the management skills in our day-to-day activity. Say suppose you are doing any activity at home, you are managing over there. You are going to purchase a vegetable, you are managing over there. You might be comparing the products, seeing its features, seeing the price, seeing the quality. There are skills which are required. It could be keeping money movement or keeping savings of the money, going for the investment. So in every level of our life, commerce and management, which is gelling with the flow. So for any stream for that matter, this is a concept which is there throughout our life, irrespective of any kind of subject. But when it comes to a student's perspective, when we say about commerce and management, students are going to learn deeper about management skills, accountancy, which will be useful for them in their day-to-day life as well, and also in the business field also. So nowadays we go for a savings, go for an investment. So that is what the commerce and management talks about. And especially in this NEP policy, the new education system which we are speaking on, so that also is giving importance on various fields. Now commerce students can come together and take up other classes of streams as well. So on the whole, if I say, for a student taking up a commerce background will give arenas of career options. So it is not limited to only one sector, it is limited or it is wider to every sector of the society or every job activity if we say.
Yes, yeah, that is really a good insight about commerce and management education. As ma'am said, I just want to add some points. Yeah, really. So ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೋ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ it is very vast. You can go for any such field, you can choose any field together along with the commerce and management. So ನೀವು commerce and management study ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆದ್ರೆ you can go for different, you can choose computers, you can go for other stream also, you can go for other field also. So there are a lot of opportunities which are coming forward with relation to commerce and management. So ma'am has given a good insight about that. Yes, so moving on to the new education policy. As you said, the new education policy is going to give us a drastic changes in the case of education system. So we all know that, but there are many students who have just completed their pre-university or they are pursuing their pre-university education. They do not know much about new education policy. But we are not going to drag on it because there are a lot of things we are going to know about new education policy that is very new to even for us also. But we have studied something about new education policy. But when it comes to main things, so what are the main things which is available in the new education policy is students can choose their own subject, right? So if, for example, I am a commerce student, I want to take up a Bcom, but with the Bcom, I want to study something else. So I have my skill in various other aspects. So I have different skill, I have different quality in myself. So I want to choose something else, right? But as a PU student, I do not know how to assess myself, right? So I do not know how to identify what is my skill. So ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಏನು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, because I am just a student, right? So in that cases, now how I can assess myself, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾನು ನನ್ನನ್ನು assess ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So how I can understand my skills, my ability, so that I can choose a right subject when I enter into the graduation, that is commerce or management or any other stream, right? So I just want you to give some insight about how I can, or a student can assess themselves so that they can identify their skill, their ability, and etc.
Yes, rightly said. Self-assessment or assessing an individual plays a vital role in your career. Reason being that you will have heard about SWOT analysis, right? When you talk about the companies and all, we need to understand the SWOT analysis. SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunity as well as threat. So these SWOT analysis is being done in order to understand the depth about the market, so that the company will get to know in which position they are in, and so that later they can use strategy or so that they can improve themselves. Now, this same SWOT analysis, I tell students have to do it for themselves. Reason being that unless and until you are aware of your strength, weakness, opportunity and threat, you won't be in a situation to make your decision. Once your strength, opportunities are very strong for yourself, it becomes easier for you to choose your path. Say suppose your strength is you are having good communication skills, you are having all the resources available, maybe money is available to you, you are having permission from your family where you can go for higher studies, where you can do your studies in other cities, or you can travel from one place to another. So when you understand all these features, it becomes easier for you which path I can go for. But having a difficulty with you, unknowing what exactly it is, it becomes cumbersome for you in a later stage. So for every individual, maybe after this session you can do this activity. You can take out a paper and a pen and write down your strength, weakness, opportunity and threat, and you will get to know there are a lot of strength which you will be having and which you can utilize in going for a career path. Now talking about choosing any kind of degree courses from PU level. So for a PU mindset, this is a stage which is a lot of confusion which takes place. So I'm saying that in this time itself, if they start assessing what are the strengths which are there in themselves, so that in which field if they go in, they can go for a longer period of time, that would be helpful for them. For example, I'll give a small story which is an interesting story for anybody. Yes, of course. Now if you see, there was 2 camels. Now camels are known for the desert area, right? Because those are the animals which are good in settling in desert area. Now once the baby camel starts asking questions with lot of curiosity to a mother camel, saying that, Mom, why do we have a hooded neck? Hooded neck in the sense it has a loop in the back. So mother, says that it is because in this desert area we are not able to get enough of water. So this is a hooded, bag which helps us to store the water. Next, without of curiosity, the baby camel says, why do we have long lashes? So the mother camel says that it is because we live in a desert area where in case if the sand goes off or if there is any kind of a storm which takes place, it will disturb our eyes. So when we have a long lashes, it will protect us. And another question it asks that why do we have these, legs which are, hooded legs, we can say. So mother camel says that in a sand, if you go for a beach also, you won't be able to walk properly because you won't be having that strength. But for a camel, it is not like that. Its leg feature is such that it can have a gravity or it can have that strength to walk in that particular desert. Ultimately, after knowing that camel is an animal which is having all the strength in a desert area, it says that, Mummy, what are we doing in a zoo? That means you are being covered in a zoo. So here, the moral what it says is that if you are unaware about your strength, though you are having strength also, you won't be able to choose your path. So it's necessary that you recall your strength, you adapt your strength and try to improve in your strength and know in which field you can get into. So that's what I believe in assessment of individuals.
Really, truly, what you said is much needed for the students, even for the lecturers also. They can use this SWOT analysis before the new education policy that is going to be implemented. Already it has been taken place. So before that, it is very good for the even lecturers as well as students to go for the SWOT analysis. Because if I give you a small example, so what are my strengths? Right, even though I am a commerce student, my strength is, I can say that, so I am good in commerce, but I am good in computers. Right, I am good in accounts. So there are a lot of other aspects. I am not just giving example of subject. It can be something else also, other than the subject also. It has a lot of strength, so that if I list it out before I choose commerce or any graduation, I should list out what are my strengths, what are my subject I am good in, or I can say my weakness. What are my weakness? Sometimes students are very scared of some subject, right? Some things, right? You just keep it, or you can make it develop. You can concentrate more on that so that you can improve yourself, or else you keep it as a weakness so that you just give very less concentration on those subjects. Right, that is also your weakness. You can keep it aside and you can more concentrate on your strength. That is what subject you have much hold, which subject you are very good in, so that you can take more concentration.
Yes,
like opportunities also. So you make sure that when you take up any course, it may be commerce or it may be management, anything. So what are your opportunities? Right, you should identify your opportunities. Okay, if I am taking this, what are my opportunities? So anyway, we are going to tell you about some of the opportunities available. So list out those. So go to the website. You have different various websites available. You can search into YouTube. You can use the Google. You have a lot of platform. So today's era is not like for example what we had. Right now, everything is free. Everything is available in your hand. So you can search. You can get into that information of what are the opportunities. So go into that opportunities, list out the opportunities, and make sure that you are choosing your graduation. It may be commerce or it may be management, Mcom or BBA, any subject. Make sure that you have that opportunity in your mind and you go for that course. That is very well said. Ma'am actually has given
to it, sir. We have been coming across this approach where if a student or a friend has taken any kind of course,
yes.
We tend to go with the friends only. We say that he has taken our and our neighbors foreign. So what do? We tend to go the same. Our course so we also will do the same. We get influenced with the various external factors. We see our friends what they are doing and we try to choose a category of career. But I am saying that if you do so, maybe for a shorter period of time you might enjoy that, but for a longer run you might quit it or you might get dissatisfied. That's the reason why I said that self-assessment is important. If you know yourself which you are good in, you get a kind of hold that in which field you want to get into. Just because your friend has gone abroad doesn't mean that even if you go you might click in that. You may not be. If at all you would have taken any professional courses, you would have done wonders in that. So that's why the SWOT is necessary.
That's what I can. We have in SWOT, that is strength, weakness, opportunities as well as threat. So what ma'am has said now, that you can take it as a threat, that comes under threat, right? That is the future threat you are going to face if you are choosing the graduation or any course only because your friend has taken or your friend is studying in that. So don't do that. So you make sure that today only you have your SWOT analysis, okay, so that you can easily choose your graduation in commerce or management or any program. Okay, yeah, that is well said, ma'am. So we are very happy for that information you have given to our participants. So coming to the these are the general aspect of what we had, because a lot of students, they are very confused about choosing the graduation or how to assess themselves. Or there are various confusions were there in the minds of students. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗಳ ಇಂಟ್ರಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಡ್ಯೂಸ್ some of the courses available in commerce and management program.
Yes. Now, when I said commerce and management, there are various courses available for students. Now, generally, if we talk about, if you are going across the degree courses, what first comes is Bcom course. Now, Bcom is Bachelor of Commerce. Now, this is an undergraduate course pursuing of 3 years of time. Now, this particular course can be done regular also, it can be done correspondence also. Nowadays, there is a trend where students go for professional courses like CA, CS, CMA. At that time, what happens is that they won't be having an opportunity to pursue their undergraduation. So, what do? They try to pursue the professional courses in the morning and they try to pursue the undergraduation courses in the evening. And also, there is a trend where an individual wants to be independent, financially assistant. So what that person does, he does the work in the morning and later learns in the evening. So there is a concept called as earning as well as learning concept, which is a very important one. Coming back to Bcom. So Bcom is a course which is applicable to all those aspirants who are very much interested in practical world, business world, because in this particular course you get to learn more about business environment, more about accountancy, more about management. And certain times even you get opportunity to do projects. See, project is something which gives you a kind of research benefit. Now, these kind of undergraduation program will give all those kind of opportunity. Now, if at all a Bcom aspirant has completed the 3 years of course, what that Bcom person can do? The Bcom person can see, first of all, they will be having lot of various category of subjects which are coming under Bcom. Now, having that, they can get recruited as a financial assistant in the institution. They can get recruited as a tax consultancy in the institution. They can get recruited as a sales executive, sales manager. Even the government examination also, they have that eligibility where undergraduate courses are important. Depending on the criteria of eligibility, the government posts are also important. So, for a Bcom aspirants, there are lot of job opportunity as well as lot of further career opportunity in which they can go for. That was regarding the Bcom. Now, talking about Bcom honors, this is the version of Bcom which we are talking about. Now, Bcom honors is similar to Bcom itself. One difference what we are having in Bcom honors is that you are having specialization in one particular subject. Now, whatever specialization you are doing, it's nothing but you are learning depth about that particular concepts. Say about you are learning about marketing, you are learning about accountancy, you are learning about financial management. Now that all subjects deeper, what you are learning, it depends on the institution which it is provided. Now, talking about NEP policy also, if it is being implemented, maybe there is lot of changes even in the system as well. So we can't tell right now as in how it is going to be, but definitely after implementation we'll get a kind of insight. Now, after the Bcom, whether it is Bcom and Bcom honors, next subject which we will talk about is regarding BBA. So BBA is another happening concept what the PU students aspiring for. So it is a Bachelor of Business Administration. Again, it's an undergraduate course of 3 years. Now, those people who want to learn regarding practical work, like how the business is all about, what the industry is all about, what the management is all about, what are the skills what a manager has, because these are the aspirants who will be next joining for any kind of management jobs, or they will be running their own family businesses. Now, you might see, thanks to all this digitalization, where earlier people were not making use of digital thing, but nowadays students are making use of their skills as well as the digital concept. So all those BBA students are having wider variety of jobs in corporate sector. It could be in institutions, organization, and even they can go for some kind of professional courses too. So once after the BBA, there are various courses which come under the degree courses as well, like certified courses. Now moving on to PG courses. Now there are certain connected courses for that matter. If you do BCom, the connected courses is MCom. If you do BBA, the connected courses is MBA. Now talking about MCom. MCom is a post-graduation course which comes up to 2 years. Now this is a course where usually most of the colleges prefer candidates who are of commerce backgrounds. Reason being that it is an advanced version of BCom, so you will have to learn in depth regarding accountancy, economics or a business. So you require some kind of a base, but that doesn't mean that other colleges or other streams cannot enter. Maybe certain colleges will allow even them as well. Now when you are talking about Mcom aspirants, here you will have to enter into post-graduation where you will be having 4 semesters of examination, no age limit, anybody is entertained. Now again, people who want to aspire for professional courses like CA, CMA and other certified courses, they wish to do MCom courses. So what do? Daytime they do professional courses, evening time they pursue MCom courses, because somehow it is going to help them, because similar subjects they are going to learn even in their professional courses also. So there is definitely no age limit, but yes, there is a stream limit. Because as I said, people who are coming under commerce stream are more likely entertained over here. And talking about fee structure or money which has to be paid here, it is slightly on a lesser side only, usually less than 1 lakh. And again, it depends on the colleges, what institution is offering. Talking about specialization, since it's a master, obviously there is a concept called as specialization. Now, wide variety of specialization available in MCom courses, like aspirant can get specialized in the course of marketing, course of human resource management, course of banking, taxation, financial management. So once after successfully they finish off their MCom. Now before they finish off, there is one concept where they are having opportunity to go for project also. But for an MCom graduates, it's not compulsory that they have to go for a project, but it's an option which is given to them where they can go for project. Now I say that project is something which is giving them an opportunity to explore in a different area, to do research, to know more about the things. That's how the weightage will fall on the MCom courses. Now talking about, I was telling you about the specialization. Again, depending on the institution, the specialization is being given. Once after the aspirants completes the MCom courses successfully, a person might get specialized in their own area. Suppose a person will get specialized in financial management. Aspirant can open up his own financial analyst job, or he can start his own giving suggestion job, or a financial advisor. Person who has enrolled for taxation, he can be a tax consultant. So it is not just limited to only company. He can start his own business. He can start his own enterprise. Now, people especially who are interested in teaching, usually aspirants who are interested in teaching, they are the ones who go for further step. That is post-graduation, especially MCom. So people who are very much interested in teaching, the minimum qualification is your PG courses. If at all you want to do in commerce, it is MCom PG courses. As well as once you enter your PG courses, you have certain other minimum qualifications like examinations conducted by UGC, like NET exams as well as KSET, which we are familiar with, like National Eligibility Test and Karnataka State Eligibility Test. And also, to grow in that particular teaching field, one must acquire to get into the field of PhD. The doctoral studies you do for a certain period of time and then aspire to be a professor. So that was the ample benefit what you get for doing MCom courses. Now talking about MBA. MBA is another happening concepts or happening post-graduation courses where most of the graduation students go for. Because MBA is a kind of a course which blends with all the category of graduation streams, unless like MCom. In Mcom, what happens, as I said you, it's a kind of mastery and advancement of BCom. You require some kind of basic concepts of commerce. But when it comes to MBA, any stream for that matter, any graduate for that matter, can enter into MBA course. So here, age limit is definitely not there. If you see in our own institution, there are people whom we have come across who are of aged people and they have successfully completed their MBA courses because it was their dream to pursue their post-graduation. So when I say MBA, it is more into the exposure of practicality. Because in this kind of courses, an aspirant is being exposed to industries. He will try to learn more about the practicality, what is happening. The person is being given an opportunity to conduct projects or go for dissertation, where again he is open up for many kind of reality or a practicality world. Not only that, in most of institutions, when it comes to MBA, they come up with campus recruitment. So that is one plus point where it comes to an MBA. Now, under MBA, if you see, there are a lot of specialization. It is not up to one sector, there are lots. You can get into HRM, that is human resource. You can do international business. You can do MBA in finance, MBA in marketing, or MBA in many other fields which are available. So depending on the institution which is offering the MBA courses, the aspirants can get into MBA. But question comes, once after I do MBA, what do I do next? Most of the aspirants who does MBA, what they do, mainly they come for the purpose of promotion sake or for going for a higher category of position, and sometimes certain jobs will call for some kind of designations, like we require MBA in marketing, we require MBA in HR. So that is where the aspirants go for the MBA courses. So these MBA students can get into any kind of corporate world. They can start their own enterprise. They can, join any kind of corporate sector, etc. So that was regarding the Master of, Administration, which I'm spoken about. Then comes regarding MHRD, that is Master in Human Resource Development. So human resource development is a concept. It is we can say a wide arena where human resource concept comes, because human resource is a person or is a asset which looks after all the humans in an organization. So here the person will get to learn deeper about labor laws, legal law, organization behavior, business management, get to do internship programs, get into the workshops, get into the training program, so that at the end of the year, a person can get into any kind of competitive world or a company or government jobs or any institution and get good amount of salary as well. So these are certain graduation courses as well as post-graduation courses which are structured and existing in this current world, which I can say.
So that was really informative talk on the commerce and management education, because we came to know various, because our participants, there are many students, they have asked question regarding this BCom, BBA, as well as even future subject, that is post-graduation, MCom, MBA, and even CA, CS. There are many aspirants who want to go for CA, CS, and there are many different courses that have given brief insight about that. And there are many students, they want to choose commerce or management as a career, but there are some students, they have specific things in their mind. Because when it comes to education, you cannot limit yourself with only one subject. You cannot limit yourself with the only BBA, only commerce. Because when you go out of this education or complete your graduation, when you go for the job, they don't ask only your BBA or only your BCom certificate. So they need to have various courses along with the education. The commerce and management education which gives an opportunity for all the aspirants to choose some other different courses along with the commerce and the management education. That is a biggest opportunity given for the students. Now coming to the NEP also. Now there are many students who asked a question regarding, sir, now if we are given a choice option or the opportunity to choose the subject, we do not know anything about the subject. We do not know what is graduation. We do not know. There are many students who thorough about graduation, but there are many aspirants who do not know anything about graduation, right? So they do not want to select all the courses, all the subjects. So they are worried. So I just wanted to give information because when it comes to NEP 2020, it is not compulsory that you are supposed to select all the subjects. There are some compulsory subjects which your college provides you. You are given because we have core subject, we have discipline core subject, we have skill based subject, we have elective subject. Then there are many different subject courses you are going to receive when you enter into the graduation in accordance with the new education policy. So need not worry about selecting all the subjects. Your college will provide you the compulsory subject and you are given opportunity to select only few subjects. If you are interested in computers, you can select computers as a elective subject. If you are going for the commerce and management, you can select any one subject as a discipline core subject. Right. I want to stress more on accounts. I am good at accounts. So I just want to take accounts as a main subject. That also you can do it. I want to choose computers. Even that also you can do it. Right. So there are many compulsory subjects which everybody is going to get it. So need not worry about it. Only some subject you will be given an opportunity to choose. But before that, as ma'am said previously, you are supposed to assess yourself. You are not supposed to select any subject saying that your friend is selecting or any of your partner is selecting. Right? You should assess yourself. You do the SWOT analysis, you come up with your own strength, weakness, everything, then it becomes very easier for you people to choose your own subject. That is what the question many aspirants have asked in the before the session, right? So I hope that is you are clear with those kind of queries, right? And coming to the add-on courses, right? As I mentioned earlier, so if you choose commerce or BBA or any stream, any program, limiting yourself with only that particular aspect is becoming very difficult for students to get into the job opportunities. Because now recently, if you go through the various job opportunities, when they ask aspirants, they include some of the courses that a student should have. Right, like for example, if I take IBPS examination, you have a banking sector where computer application is compulsory. Right. Similarly, just give an insight about what are the different add-on courses that a student can take along with this commerce as well as management education.
Okay. So, since I have already explained regarding the graduation courses and post-graduation courses, I believe that it's better I clarify first regarding the professional courses so that the add-on courses could be added with the professional courses. Now talking about the professional courses now there are a lot of professional courses which are available. Professional courses are the ones which will lead them to take up a profession or a job. Now talking about CA. So CA is a Chartered Accountant. The Institute of Chartered Accountant of India conducts an examination for the aspirants or the candidates who want to pursue a CA profession as their dream job. Now the candidate, especially the PU candidates, once who have finished their PU, they can enter the CA level by registering themselves under the ICAI, where the first exam they have to enter is CPT, that is Common Proficiency Test. Now here basically you will be having 4 papers and these 4 papers have to be cleared in order to enroll for the next stage. So basically there are 3 stages which are available: CPT, ICC and CA Final. Those are nothing but Common Proficiency Test, Integrated Proficiency Common Test, then after that you have CA Finals. Now those who have cleared CPT, they will be eligible to enroll for IPCC. Now, for the degree students as well as post-graduation students, it's a plus point because for them, they need not give CPT exam. They can directly enter into IPCC exam. Here, the students will have two groups, basically 4 papers each. 50% of aggregates will require for them to clear off. Now, these groups have to be cleared and then they will be given an opportunity to go for the articleship. Now, ICAI says that the aspirants can clear one group of the module and then they can start doing their articleship. Now, before that, they have to undergo certain orientation programs and which is commonly known as IIT, that is Information Technology courses. Then after they are allowed to do the articleship. So articleship is basically a spinal cord of a CA, like how a human being requires a spinal cord to have a strength of the body. So articleship is also a spinal cord of a whole profession of CA. Reason being that in this particular stage, the aspirants get into the exposure of reality. Now, how a CA actually does the work, how the actual CA professions for which the candidate has to choose under which firm, under which CA they have to work in. So when they are working, they are putting their hard work, right? So obviously the hard work is being paid. So there are certain stipends which are being paid by the firm to the candidates. And that stipend depends on how much. Minimum will be 15,000 and it depends on how many levels or what are the amounts which are being paid. So once after the IPCC sector or the level is being cleared, directly the aspirants will be enrolling themselves for CA final. Again, they will be having 2 modules. So after which they will be having certain training programs like skill development and management skills, after which they can pursue their CA. So once after the CA profession is done, they can get into any kind of sector. They can come up with their own enterprises. They can join any kind of bank as a CA. They can, go for some kind of company as a CA, as external CA or internal CA, and lot of opportunity for that matter. Another professional course which I wish to say about is CS. See, there was a buzzword. Earlier, what used to happen is that the CA was a thing which was highlighted. People were barely knowing regarding the CS or a CMA. Now, once after people getting exposed to certain knowledges, people got to know regarding different streams of profession courses. So that was regarding the CS as well as CMA. Now, if you ask me which is better, of course I will be explaining regarding that. But if you ask me which is better, one can't say that whether CA is better or CS is better or CMA is better because they are good in their own field. We can't differentiate them in any way. Now, I have explained your whole set of CA program, right? Now, the similar is applicable to CS as well as CMA. Maybe slight changes in their subjects or slight changes in the module of the paper. But the procedure of going under the examination or going under the articleship, it is the same when it comes to CS also as well as CMA also. Talking about CS is a professional course which is being started by the institution of Company Secretary of India, where it conducts 3 levels of examination. One is regarding foundation, another one is regarding executive level, and our last one is regarding the professional program. Now here, PUC level students, they have to clear a foundation level and then they have to clear the executive level. When it comes to the degree or the post-graduation students, they can directly enter into the execution level. And same applies for them regarding articleship or getting under training in any kind of managerial skills training which is given to them. Once after CS completes the CS profession, CS can get into various category of job because company secretary is a person who looks after the legal aspects of a company, whole administration of the organization. So that's a prominent position what a company secretary is having in an organization, like companies like KPMG, or it could be Deloitte, or many other for that matter. They recruit the company secretary because it is a heavy task which is done. So there are a lot of opportunity when it comes to company secretary. And next comes talking about CMA, which is Cost Management Accountant, which is being given by the Institute of Cost Management Accountant of India. Again, the 3 level of examination is being conducted over here, which is regarding foundation level, intermediate level, as well as the final level. So again, PUC level students can enter into the foundation level, clear themselves, and then enter into the intermediate level. Clear in that, get articleship done, get all the skills development trainings done. There are certain orientation program related to it. Get the training done, then having examination of final level. So even under CMA, that is CMA basically given importance on costing. So people who have studied costing in their degree courses, they will be loving to enter into this kind of courses. So these people will be recruited in many kind of company, because here the cost accountant is looking into the matter how to reduce the expenditure, how to see to it that with the minimum cost maximum profit can be attained, whether it could be in financial aspect or production aspect or marketing aspect. So as I said, you can't differentiate between CA, CS or CMA. It is having its own weightage, it is having its own level. But overall, if we have to say the difference regarding these three, we can say that the CA is more into the practicality, CS is more into the theoretically, because lot of legal terms you need to know, lot of law terms you need to know, because you have much of office works, which requires lot of knowledge regarding law and legal term. And then coming to CS or CMA, it is more again into practical term theory section. So these are certain, we can say, famous courses, professional courses. Now other than CA, CS or CMA, we even have UPSC course. That is Union Public Commission of India, where the civil aspirants or the Indian regulatory body who conduct civil examination for those aspirants who want to serve the society. Now you can see there are a lot of problems. We have reputed people like DC or anybody for that matter, police people, who look into the societal problem, try to solve the societal problem. It's not so easy for everybody to do that. It requires a lot of knowledge, it requires a lot of education and skill. So those aspirants who are having belief in themselves that they can do wonders in solving the problem of the society and doing betterment of the society, those aspirants can get into such kind of UPSC courses. Now when I say UPSC, there are a lot of available courses which are there, like Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, Indian Forest Service, Indian Foreign Service, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Defence Service. There are many. Now it depends on examination scoring and how well you do in an interview, in which field you will get into. Because ultimately in which you are eligible, there itself you will be placed, so that the society is not being put into task or put into danger. Now to get into this UPSC, there are two categories of examination, like preliminary examination and mains examination. In preliminary examination, there are two categories of papers. One is purely into general paper, where 100 questions will be asked and definitely negative marking will be there. So qualifying mark is required. And the next paper is purely regarding reasoning, aptitude, managerial skill, or it could be, financial aspects, environment aspect, judging a person's decision making, we can say overall. So again, over here also minimum percentage of marks is required. Once after the aspirant clears the prelims, both the paper, they will be getting into the main examination. In main examination, people will be having to write 9 papers. And it will be written exams, definitely negative marks will be there. 25% minimum percentage should be there in every papers in order to qualify in all those aspects. So once after you qualify, it is a prestigious job which anybody could imagine, or it is a dream job for anybody. So only the skilled and dedicated people and hard-working people could get into such kind of field. That doesn't mean that people who are not dreaming or people who are not good at study can't do so. There are various examples where people who were not good earlier, they have done UPSC school. It is done very much nicely. So these are certain professional courses where the candidates can go for. And then you have spoken, sir, regarding add-on courses. Now, add-on courses, which I have to say, there are a lot of certificate courses, like certificate in hospitality, certificate course in aviation programs, like airport, whether it is flying or a ground, certification courses in hotel management. There are even Swayam courses also. So Swayam is a platform which has opened to all the people who can come up with any kind of subjects. So yes, definitely. They can sit in one particular place, listen to the classes. There is a concept called as MOOCs, that is massive online or massive open online courses, where professionals of different institutions, they give their insight or knowledge, they share their knowledge, and people who wish to learn, they can learn wherever they are. Earlier, there were times where people want to study any kind of courses. They had to go from one place to another. But now, thanks to digitalization and also even this pandemic also we can thank for that matter, where globalization also has come into picture, we can get enrolled to various certificate courses of foreign institution or hardware institution or any such kind of institution. So there are a lot of courses. Aspirants have to open their mind and see which courses are available or what are the courses in which they can get into. Yes, so those are certain courses which I wish to say.
So that was really wonderful talk on the different opportunities available in the case of commerce and management. So anyway, there are many student aspirants who asked regarding this add-on courses and many other courses which they want to pursue along with this commerce and management education also, and other courses, other certificate courses, different courses, job-oriented courses they wanted to learn. So they got the, I hope everybody got the information. I'll just conclude it. So what are the things ma'am said? So ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಂತದ್ದಾದ್ರೆ once you complete your PUC education, ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, you can come to the BCom. So Bachelor of Commerce ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ Bachelor of Business Administration ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ you have professional course, that is CA ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, Chartered Accountant, CS ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, Company Secretary, CMA ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. Professional, these are the professional courses I am talking. BCom, BBA ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರಿಯರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು BCom ಅಥವಾ BBA ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ you can go for aviation and hospitality management, you can go for hotel management, computer course, right? These are the certificate courses. ನೀವು BCom ಅಥವಾ BBA ಮಾಡುವ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Because recently ನೀವು ಜಾಬ್ if you see the different government jobs or companies, they are asking for some other certificates, like for example Tally ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, Tally ERP is also one of the opportunity. So these courses certificate ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆದ್ರೆ along with your BCom and BBA, and you can go for any job. There are vast opportunity available for the commerce and management. So ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I just concluded it. So ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So we'll move on to the very important question. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್, ರೈಟ್? ಐ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಜಾಬ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್, ರೈಟ್? So many students they have asked regarding so ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಇದೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. So ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ.
Yes, of course. Now, when I was explaining all the courses also, I have even explained like what are the job opportunities which we will be having. So whether you do BCom or whether you do BBA or whether you do MCom or an MBA, there is definitely job opportunity in every sector in the corporate world. Other than the corporate sector, if you want to get into a teaching, there are certain minimum qualifications which I said you. It could be post graduation or it could be clearing certain examination. Now, there are even jobs also where you can choose, like LLB, for which you require to do, bachelor in law. And if you want to be an advocate, you have to get into master in law as well. So, just being a advocate doesn't mean you are only defending in a court or something. You can be a legal advisor, you can be as a legal assistant, You can be even as a professor under law. So there are aspirants. You can be as a marketing professional. See, there are times when companies are having products, but they don't know how well that product has to be sold in the market. So these are the time where these aspirants are given importance. If you get certain course done, like certification courses under marketing or a human resource, you can get into these marketing or marketing profession. There are jobs like investment bankers. You will have heard regarding Vodafone merging with Idea, which is commonly known as VI. Now there plays an important role of investment banker, who gives insight regarding whether that investment, going for such kind of investment or a merger, is worthwhile or not. So even organization, institution, or any kind of enterprises requires certain kind of skilled candidate who can give insight and knowledge as to whether we can get into any kind of field or not. Now ultimately there are a lot of jobs, definitely no issues. Companies are there, institutions are there, even government jobs are there. It could be banking, like IBPS, Institution of Banking Personnel Selection, which offers clerical posts, professional courses. It has its own criteria, of course, but it has call for graduation people also, as well as post-graduation people also. Applies next to railway. There are railway posts which are available to the graduation aspirants as well as post-graduation aspirants. There are insurance jobs which are available. Every insurance sector, like Insurance Regulatory Development Body, it conducts the examination in different category of insurance jobs. So there are a lot of jobs. Post office. So it is not limited to any kind of sector. If you don't want any of these category of jobs, you definitely are good in any kind of innovative things or creativity in yourself. You can be an entrepreneur. There are a lot of examples for that matter. See, if you take about Nivedan Nimpe, who comes from the small village, Mannagade of Shimoga. Now, he has done pharmaceutical graduation and he has taken commerce background, that is doing a business. So, what did he do? In his Shimoga district, which is known for cultivation of areca, he has found out through his graduation, education knowledge, that areca is one category of cultivated crop which is having lot of medicinal beneficial. It tries to minimize the cholesterol level of the people. So he came with a concept called as areca tea or areca tea, which is commonly very known for. And once after that areca tea has clicked in the market, he has come with the soft drinks. He has come with the air purifiers. Not only that, see, here also NEP works. NEP itself is that, right? You're taking one stream and gelling with another stream. Nivedan Nimpe is a pharmaceutical stream and he's doing a commerce now. Correct. If I have to say another example, beautiful example of fashion designer, Lakshmi Menanji. Now she is basically a fashion designer who had an innovative ideas coming up with a paper pen. That is a pen which is made of paper. What innovative she has done is that the beneath of the pen she has added a seed. So even if you throw that pen also, what happens? A plant is being grown. So in a whole she is giving development for eco-friendliness. So what did she do? She did not appoint any skilled people or something. She appointed physically handicapped people. She appointed women who were not having work. She appointed those people who could not get any kind of jobs. So there are entrepreneurs who can be or who wish to be. That's what Atmanirbhar Bharat is all about, which we are talking about. And also regarding being employability. Now, having graduation or post-graduation doesn't mean that you definitely get a job. It's a wrong notion. If you have a bookish knowledge is not enough. You certainly require employability skill. Employability is something whether you best suited for that job or not, whether you are really to be paid for that job or not. And that is possible when you have all the soft skills. Soft skills like communication, soft skills like decision making, soft skills like problem solving. Now these we might say, but you will practice only when you observe. You might have all these inspirational leaders, right? Now how do? You should not copy them. You need to observe them and you need to put in your own version. If I like somebody speaking, I will bit or copycat that. That becomes a plagiarism, what we talk about. You need to see, observe, and you need to see in what better way I can do so, or I can creatively invest in that. So that's what employability is all about. If you're having that employability skill, then you never have to worry regarding getting into any kind of job, because job is there for you.
Yeah, that was really nice talk. So many students they asked this question regarding the there are some questions from the students, and yes, we had one question yesterday also. I hope that student cleared his doubt, because one of the student who has done his HEBA subject, and he do not want to get into the regular BCom. He want to know what are the opportunities. Yes, as ma'am already explained. Anyway, it is a NEP, new education policy, that is going to be taken place in future. So anyway, you are going to get into that NEP concept only. So in that cases, you need not worry about what kind of BCom you are going to study. You have an opportunity to choose your subject. So you identify your skill, you choose your subject. So job opportunity also ma'am has explained now. So you can get into the banking sector, you can get into the railway sector, you can get into the job as a clerical, accountant, probationary officer. Right. So there are many opportunities available. It is not limited to any particular job as it comes to the commerce and management. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ need not worry about what kind of job opportunity you have, because you have many different opportunities. Only thing is ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆದ್ರೆ you should go through different job opportunities available. What are your skills? What are your strengths? So identify those. Everything set it now only. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಈಗಲೇ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನೀವು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಯು ಗೋ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಟ್. ಯು ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎನಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ somebody else is choosing. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ is not limited to any other particular aspect. Yes, so we'll come to some of the question from the students. Which course is best, MCA or MBA? In which student get more salary? So again what we discussed now, salary anyway, yes, obviously see, salary is not a good question actually, but when it comes to salary, any job, even if you go to the MCA or MBA, if you become an entrepreneur, you have a talent, you have a skill, right? And even if you join any company as an employee, you have a promotion, right? You can do these separate courses, certificate courses, any other courses which company requires. So company ge require iruvanta courses annu ನೀವು addition ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you will get a promotion, so that your salary becomes equal, right? Even if you do any job, you can increase your salary by doing any other additional courses or maybe working hard in the company, right? So that's not a big worry, so need not worry about salary. But when it comes to the course MCA or MBA, as ma'am already said, right, so you identify your skill, right? You assess yourself, right? Then you can easily identify which course is better for you, right? Instead of we selecting, we suggesting, you can only suggest yourself. When you see your opportunities, SWOT analysis. Do your SWOT analysis so that you can identify which course is best for you, right?
So one thing I want to add for this, since students are having various differences regarding which course is better. See, ultimately whatever you are going to learn, these are the knowledge, okay? How you utilize this knowledge is actually what practicality is. So whether you do MCA or whether you do MBA, ultimately with the skills, how you utilize that knowledge plays a vital role. So you don't have to worry whether MCA is okay or MBA is okay. Any courses or any job what you do, you have to come across the consequences. Never ever you are going far away from the consequences. Whether you do MBA, there are certain consequences you need to get in front. You do MCA, there are consequences you need to get in front. So as sir has already even said, try to understand in which you are good at. If you are very much interested in computer science, then try for the MCA. If you are very much interested in the business sector, try for MBA. ultimately how you utilize your skills with the knowledge plays a vital role in your career.
Yeah, I hope you are clear with your query. And coming to the next question, madam. Is it easy to take statistics in PUC and do CA after PUC?
Okay, so if you are taking statistics in PUC and doing CA after PUC, first of all, to give you a insight about that, as I told you, if you have done PUC and if you are enrolling for CA, under CA statistics also will be there. That is also a part of subject. You will be having better hold on statistics, that information I can say. Where rest of the things it's the same. Whether you learn statistics or you do not learn statistics, when you enter a CA, those are the courses which you have to learn and you get to learn. One thing I need to make very clear, when it comes to professional courses, these ICWAI or ICS or ICMA, these are certain governing body who conducts the examination. They enroll and register for you. They don't conduct any kind of classrooms or classes. There are certain private coaching classes which will give you or train you how to go about. So you need not worry regarding that. If you have taken PU stats and if you want to get into a CA, that is also a good decision.
So yes, hope you are clear with your doubt. Coming to the next question, madam, is there any scope for MBA? Yes, as ma'am already explained regarding the different various scope available in case of MBA. So hope you are clear with your doubt, or ma'am, you want to tell him something about
MBA. So as I said already, MBA is a course for all those aspirants who want to get into practical world of business. They get exposure to all the industrial sector, they get exposure to research, they get exposure to knowing many professionals, they get exposure to ultimately working in a real ethical world. So it depends on what specialization you take, what kind of sector you want to get into. Suppose you want to be a HR or you do a profession under HR terms, you can take MBA HR as your specialization, or you can take any kind of certificate courses under specialized era. So the course has nothing to do much on whether it will be influential to the job or not. As I said, the knowledge what you are having is ultimately playing a vital role, whether you are suitable, because there is something called as an interview. In interview, you will be scrutinized with all the skills, knowledge and eligibility criteria. So yes, every sector and every qualification is good.
So next question is regarding, one thing is again salary of CA and CMA. Yeah, the question regarding the salary of CA and CMA. Yes, as already we mentioned, need not worry about salary. See, one thing is salary is good. I don't say it is not good. So salary is obviously good in CA and CMA, but one thing is you should assess yourself. So whether you are good at taking that CA and CMA. If you are really interested, you think if you can handle that subject, then obviously you take that CA and CMA. So need not worry about the salary, because that is really good, because CA and CMA opportunities are very huge in India also. Salary, regarding salary, need not worry. You must first identify your skills and whether you can do that course. You study pros and cons of the subject or the course first before you take that CA or CMA. Then you can easily take this, right? So need not worry about the salary. So ma'am, you want to throw any light on this CA and CMA?
That's what. So all these courses are being exercised by the candidate. It depends on what post you are getting into. Obviously, they will be having good packages depending on what job they have been taken into, whether government job, public sector or private sector.
And the last question we have from the student, in MBA, which subject can be preferred?
Again, it is your own interest and the institution which is offering. Certain institution may not have all the specialized subjects which is being offered. but certain institution will have your specialized or dream specialization. So you need to see which specialization you wish to do, which sector of job you wish to work, whether in HR or marketing or international business, where you want to work abroad country and you want some kind of courses. You can do, MBA in international business. You want to do in any tourism or travel agencies or tourism sector, you can do in tourism. So there are various interest area. So one has to understand which area they are interested in. Rather we say you have to take. See, we might give all those insight, but we can't impose you or impose on you that this only if you take you will click. Ultimately it is you who is taking and implementing it. So you make a choice in which area you are interested in. Every sector is having a good opportunity.
Yes. Yeah, as far as the ma'am has given very big information, so need not worry about what kind of course is comparatively good or bad. So each and every program has its own benefit, but how you are going to take that benefit, that is left to you. Even if you take MBA, if you take MBA, you have finance, you have HR, you have marketing, you have international business, you have tourism. There are many opportunities, but you just assess yourself. So in which subject you are good at. If you know that very well, then you can easily go for taking a right stream as well as right specialization. So need not worry about it. You can only assess yourself and you can take a right decision. So, yes, I hope the questions, they are done with the questions, right? Yes. So just any concluding marks regarding this commerce and management education?
Yeah, so ultimately I would say that it is your hard work, effort, smart work and networking what works in practical world. Utilize your knowledge, understand your knowledge, and gain more brightness in the skills. So soft skill is something which plays a vital role for any of a person to improve in his own career. So that is something where students have to focus on. Regarding the courses, every courses has its own merits, demerits. You need to see which course you are interested in, what is the main goal which you are going for. Once your goal is very set, you will come to know what are the things which has to be done under that. So that is how you try to choose the career path. So I would wish all the best to all the students in choosing the right job or the good career path.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well, we have come to the end of the part on the third day. If I don't thank enough, it's really wrong from my side. We had a very, as I mentioned, a very resourceful person, Ms. Kavya P. Hegde, the faculty in the Department of Mcom, who has opened up all of our minds, by exploring the various career avenues, different courses and I also want to highlight in our concluding remark what she mentioned. Today, it's not just we need to limit to a particular skill, like as she mentioned about whether we have a smart skill or a hard skill. We also need a network skills. These are the very much, really eye-opening to all of us. So, my wholehearted, thanks to you, madam, for your spontaneous and to your, lively interactive sessions. You made it, much of knowledge gaining. So, big thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.
Well, to have this, the whole session, make it as very interactive, make it as very lively and spontaneous. The other side is the moderator role. And the Mr. Raghavendra, the faculty in that Department of Commerce, has justified his role and been very, lively and very, informative, adding on to the points and also, raising some of the challenging questions has made program very successful. A big thank you to you, sir. I thank the principal for all the extended support and the coordinator, Dr. Rati Madam, also a big thank you. And also that I thank all the technical support faculties. A big thank you to all of you. And last but not the least, a big thank you to all your active participants. I'm very much happy that to see various questions. Really, they are all important to us. that really, whatever we can, clarify and give much of information, definitely we will be happy to do that. So bring as much queries. Tomorrow we have another important session that's going to be multidimensional opportunities in the arts education. So see you all for the tomorrow's program. Until then, have a very happy evening. Thank you all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you to you also.